Thank you, K2, for this opportunity to read this evening and all who came to listen. I guess in modern mid-American poetry, I'm kind of the canary they send down the mine to test the oxygen levels. And I guess, do we have liftoff, K2?
We have liftoff.
All right. It's customary a lot of times when you're reading to do read a poem by someone else. And this I'm going to read is Shakespeare's sonnet 116, Let Us Not to the Marriage of True Minds. And it goes like this. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark, whose worst unknown, although his height was taken. Love's not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sibyl's compass come. But love alters not where his brief hours and weeks, but bears doubt even to the edge of doom. If this be air and upon me proved, I never writ, no man ever loved. And with that in mind, I'm going to read a poem. When my father was alive, he was an attorney, so I'm reading this in tribute to him. Pentecost. The good invention sent for patent, not alteration where alteration found I, held you only as collateral. Discovered God to be a businessman, giving more interest where more interest is given. I invest. Well versed in the craft, citing your children as copyright plagiarism, a Valentine shape of things to come. Unpublished word, in the beginning was the word, so sweet and shy and good. Defend, appeal, write love letters to recommend, sue, witness, testify in my appellate court, use litigation, powers of persuasion and attorney, argue my case, bear me up with love. This is called In Central Soya Time. It's for my brother-in-law. 1. All the petals on every clock point wrong in heaven. Even so, each small soul stays awake, ready to aim true blue, north, steady, and fire forever. 2. Nephews equal Navy SEALs, the humanities manatees. Hunchback whales wag through the milky sea sky, circling Earth, holding steady as she goes. Herding and guarding all the little pretty stars as they fall to pieces. Mermaids that glitter, such that all my niece net and snatch, sparkle, confetti as it tips plie over and over the edge of heaven in clutter. 3. Love should come sifting through the hourglass. 4. At the sign of the cross, the globe kicks and turns in the belly of this galaxy, gestates in skyscape, ultrasound the sphere's blueprint, patent, and braille signature overheard. So for tonight, whether we equal diamonds, defying gravity and crucible, or we equal pearls, imperfections drowning in starlight oasis, no mirage. 5. It's, after all, just us, justice, just dust, the holy brainchild of God. Stowaways in the dusty rose. In one painting, my arms surrender a valley of flowers offered in sacred defiance. I hold the body of Christ draped in my lap. He is a thin white rose, and his body's bones the skeletons of roses. 2. To the sea's tranquility, you brought your palette of less orange, less brown, eggshell taupe. I arrived at the beach with a pocket full of clear plastic, stuffed full with a skull, words on a page, braille, x-rays, monochrome negatives, jar by the door, Golgotha, certain black, white snapshots of cowboys, good guys, bad guys, generic, genetic, absolute certainties that I thought would be similarly useful. Dice to remind me of chance. We had a picnic. The stars were friendly. 3. Your palette turned into a kaleidoscope which you lent me to paint the lunar landscape. I looked through and all I could see was the earth rising blue as God's black eye, We recognize no boundary or landmark on the western side of the world, but New York City's lights, a huge diamond tier. You drew letters and bridges, a pure and staircase of trumpet flowers, orchids, peonies, and lilies said, "Bless your heart." And I caught the bouquet like a stray baseball. "I love you, I love you, I love you," said poppies, stupid with sleep. 6. "Let's go," cried the iris, homesick from home. I wrote your name in the moon dust, and I love you. In 8 million years, everything might blow, but not that sentence on the moon. Moonstruck, we danced, we leapfrogs, lovers' leaps, took giant leaps, kicked up dust, wanton leaps of faith without an apricot's worth of jealousy. We fenced and killed the critic, did ballet and played chess. Suddenly, everything doubled. We upped the ante, and metaphor merged to a double helix, the biology of hope and the flavor of the genes, nuance, hint, and hue. 6. The son was a bachelor all of his life, till God made the world a pretty wife. 7. During the rainstorm, language broke down, and in this wildest dream, Jazz Flower said, "I will make you love me, and what you say you are." And the King James Version and Jive Jazz wed, Crick and Watson's DNA, Funk and Wagnall's language that seemed to have no rhyme, had reason. When the great blue eye turned, I saw the Great Wall of China, skinny as a firecracker snake. 7. And I heard it, I hear it in the rose, steeped in ringing wet. I hear it in the cherry blossoms, satiated and acute, satiated in the abstract flowers, soaked in concrete and abstract, lying fallow in the black white of the moon's monastery. 8. Here we are in the pregnant pause, in the space between two words, gestative, legislative. Here we are favoring inductive to deductive. Here we are bouncing notes from synapse to synapse like beach balls. And I knew, in the leap of the pulse, in the leap of the nerve, that you knew that I knew that at last I've got Georgia on my mind. This one I wrote some time ago, but I dedicated it to my nephew, Joel Thomas Stark, who also jumped out of an airplane. 1. Out on the airstrip at the Ohio border, Daddy dared me to be put upon